Davey, a difficult afternoon against the league leader Celtic. Can you give us your thoughts?
I don't think we deserve to take anything from the game. That's the disappointing aspect. The manner of the goals we lost, really poor. First one's disappointing because it was patterns of play that we actually knew they'd done, and we worked on it during the week, all week. People coming out of the zone, they were tasked with staying in. They're trying to move you and we latch onto it. We've got a centre half trying to latch onto a midfielder, and it opens up the space for Kyogo. So we do really poor. I think Jack's positioning was a wee bit far too aggressive also. I think if he stays a yard or so from his line, he saves that. Good finish, still got to finish it. Second goal, really disappointing. I think Ayo plays a slack ball into midfield. They get the turnover and it's a shot for 25 yards. There's a wee bit of movement in it, but again, I don't expect my goalkeeper to be getting beat from there. Third goal, spoke about it. You've got to play to a finish with her. You've got to play to a finish. You can't run out with your hands up expecting an offside decision. You wait till that ball's either out for a corner, the keeper's got it in his hands or it's lying in your net. You play to the finish, the referee's whistle. Wee Steph, wee bit naive, plays him on side. Plays Jota on side and then he runs out with his hands up. He plays Turnbull on side originally, sorry for Turnbull's run. Holty gets sucked out into an area he shouldn't get sucked out to. Steph plays Turnbull on, Turnbull then Steph doesn't react because he's got his hand up, he doesn't react well enough to Jota's run, whereas if he narrows in originally and he's not looking for the offside, I think he's there to cut out the cross ball. So disappointing with the manner of the goals we lost. Don't think we offered much of a threat ourselves, but I think the early goal, the game dynamics changed completely at that point. Celtic are quite happy to just keep the ball and try and play through you, play around you. So the game changes at that point, whereas really when you're playing either the Old Firm, you've got to frustrate as much as you can, and then the game starts to open up a little bit more. You get a foothold in the game, so really disappointed with the first goal. Really disappointed because we worked on it. We don't really do enough in the first half at all. I thought we actually started the second half not too bad with a couple of half chances. Big Joel done well, got a decent bit of service in for Big Joel. I think Holty's got to take his shot first time there. You can't be looking to take a touch in that situation. And that was really the only chance, the real opportunity we had. And then they scored the second, which is really disappointing. Then the third's a wee bit naive. Spoke to the players about that, but I think we were chasing the game at that point, a wee bit committing bodies, but just a wee bit naive.
So after obviously last week's fantastic away display against Rangers, what do you think was the biggest difference today between
Celtic at this point in time are I'm not going to say a far better team than Rangers. I think Celtic are in a far better place as a team in terms of momentum and confidence. So I think the league Celtic's to lose. So I think we're coming up against a better opponent. I don't mean that disrespectful to Rangers. I think we were coming up against a different opponent today, and I knew that coming into the game. Last week going to Ibrox, I generally felt that we could take something from the game. Today, I knew we needed a little bit of luck at times to stay in the game. You need a lot of different variables to fall into your place for you to get something from the game. It's a big ask. So the difference between the two games is Celtic. Celtic's the difference. I think they're in a really good place as a club. I think they're the best team in the league at this point in time, and they're the team to stop. So, for wanting a better word, basically Celtic were the difference today.
So, coming off the back of these two difficult games against both sides of the Old Firm, we now look ahead to a trip on Friday night to Rugby Park to play Kilmarnock. What do you think needs to be done to kind of reset and go again?
Well, it's different games. The approach to the Rangers game and the approach to the Celtic game's not going to be the same approach to the Kilmarnock game, but that doesn't mean we've just got any divine right to go to Rugby Park and pick points up because we're changing our game plan. So it's always going to be difficult games, different games. So what needs to happen, we need to go and put our performance on. But for last parts of today, I think the performance and the frustration that we managed to frustrate Celtic was there. So I don't think Jack's goal was peppered. I don't think it was save after save. They were getting in behind us, they were getting it, putting a lot of balls into our box. I don't think that happened today. So for large spells of the game, defensively I was fairly happy with it. Obviously the 3 goals I wasn't. So a game, you're playing against different opponents, and that's no disrespect to Kilmarnock. We're playing with teams in and around our level, in and around our budgets, more budget than us, but it's a wee bit more of an even playing field. I've listened to the Old Firm lately, and they talk about playing against Ajax, Real Madrid, Napoli's, and they talk about their budgets. You're looking at teams like that have got 6-7 times the Old Firm's budget. You look at Livingston, and without a word of a lie, they're 35 to 40 times our budget. So I think you need to put it into perspective. Kilmarnock got a bigger budget than us, but it's not a gap that's insurmountable for us. So a game that we should be looking to take 3 points for, but a game we'll need to go and apply ourselves properly, because I was at the Kilmarnock St Johnstone game yesterday, and Kilmarnock were really unlucky not to take something from the game. I think Derek and his staff are very shrewd. They've been in football a long time, they've been in the Premier League a long time, they've enjoyed a lot of success, and I think you'll see Kilmarnock gradually throughout the season picking points up. So it's going to be a difficult game, but one that we're more than capable of going in and picking 3 points from.